PMacMovies back in the nook for, ooh, we almost fell there, for another PMacMovies haul video. I didn't think I had that much this week, but we do have a couple stacks. I don't think it's going to be a super long video, but I definitely got some stuff to show off. Just wiping off the table here. If you do enjoy these videos, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Take a look in the description section for ways that you can help out the channel. And please leave a comment. Again, the feedback kind of keeps me motivated to make these videos. And if I don't really get a whole lot of feedback or participation, I'm kind of like, what's the point? And as far as how you can help out the channel, I do have a few people that donate digital codes to me. That is the main source of, I make a few bucks. I spend a ton more than I make on the movies that I buy, quite, obviously, but it helps out. It shows your appreciation, and keeps old PMac motivated. So if you want to donate some unused digital codes, that definitely helps out. If you don't want to, that's fine too. I do appreciate everybody who donates. People have sent me movies and stuff. I do appreciate that. And I'm not going to get into the naming names again because I don't have them written down, so I'll forget people. But you guys are the folks that keep the channel really going, keep me making these videos every week, keep me motivated. It definitely helps out. Helps me be able to, kind of afford to be able to buy movies to some degree. Well, PMac doesn't make a whole lot of money. I mean, I make enough to get by, but I don't really make enough to spend this much money on movies. But anyway, I do anyway. Movies! Put me in debt. I got some really cool stuff this time, actually, and some of my favorite movie series ever. I'm not big on 4K. I think it's kind of spread to me, though. Like, I see other people buying 4K, and I want to get 4K. Especially, when it's a deal where I can get the 4K, like, the same price as the Blu-ray, or sometimes cheaper, whatever. Usually not cheaper, but about the same price. Or, like, when it's my favorite series of movies ever. And this was a fantastic deal on these. These just came out. I have on 4K, the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy. I just love the world that's created by these movies so much. I didn't love the Lord of the Rings movies the first time I watched them, quite honestly. I just didn't love them. It's a lot to take in. But it's like you got to get used to kind of the world and the characters. You got to rewatch it a few times, and I really fell in love with it. It is a pretty decent commitment. Back when I didn't have many responsibilities, I was able to watch more movies. Now, I'm not really able to watch as many movies because I have other things, I have to be doing. But these are nice as far as the packaging. I think they're pretty nice. Let's take a look. Like the artwork, it's got a slip box, so it's pretty nice. The thing that's not nice is, not nice, Lord of the Rings. Actually, not nice, Warner Brothers. So they do have the theatrical and extended editions. Great, but no special features. So, if you have the special features discs from the DVDs or the Blu-rays, you definitely want to keep those because these do not have it. Alright, and they do have the digital code. So I got these for a fantastic deal. I got these as pre-orders for the Target buy two get one. So they ended up being $60 each, plus tax, minus my 5% red card. And then I sold the digital codes. I got $85 back. So I ended up paying... it only ended up being like $20 each for both of these, I believe. Yeah, I think that's what, $20 each. So that, beer me. I love these movies, and I've looked into a little bit as far as like the picture quality and stuff. It sounds like it might not be a huge upgrade, a minimal upgrade, at least with the colors. but it doesn't, you know, they're getting some mixed reception. It seemed like their actual reviewers are giving them good marks, but when you go on the message boards, people aren't totally happy with them. So I'm not sure. Glad to get them, though. The Blu-rays for at least the Lord of the Rings are kind of old now. The Hobbit ones are still pretty recent, so. But then I also got, which those just came out. This one's been out for a while. It happened to be a deal of the day for, I think, like $73. Another one of my favorite series of all time. Harry Potter! It's Harry Potter, the complete series on 4K and Blu-ray. Now, here's the thing with this. This also does not have the second disc of special features. I think it's kind of messed up that Warner Brothers did that, but for me, I have so many movies now, I really don't have any time for special features anyway. Would I like to have them available in these sets? Yes, but I don't. So I'm going to have to get over it. If something happened where the individual releases of these with the codes were like $10 each, maybe I'd get them because they have the bonus disc. But I don't know. I'll probably just stick with this. It's got all the movies in 4K. Again, the picture quality, I'm not sure if they're the best that these will ever be. It may very well be, though, because I don't know how much longer you know, physical media is going to be going here, but it sounds like some of these movies didn't get totally great 4K transfers, but I'm sure it's very good, and I love these movies. Harry Potter. Also disappointing that the first two aren't the extended editions on 4K. You do get the extended edition Blu-rays in that set, but then I'm thinking, well, if I watch it again, am I going to watch the 4K or the Blu-ray? Because the 4K of the first two movies is supposed to be quite good. However, I think I'd prefer to watch the extended editions. That's quite the conundrum you got there, PMac. Yes, it is. Let's see what else. So I was excited to get those all in the same day, by the way. So that was cool. Let's take a look at the other 4Ks I got, since we're taking a look at 4Ks. I did decide to go ahead and get Gremlins on 4K. I have not seen this movie since I was a little kid, so I really don't remember much from it. I do have it on Blu-ray, along with Gremlins 2. And I think The Goonies is on that set, too, also. But I figured for $10, I might as well go ahead and grab the 4K of this one. With the Slippylicious. Could they have done a little bit better with the artwork's pretty simple, but PMac's not hard to please. I'm happy to have it. I do already have this movie on 4K. I have the Steelbook. It is Black Panther. A movie that I think is very overrated. I didn't think it was very good. It's okay. It's not horrible, but it's not that great. I got it from the Disney Movie Insider, so it was free. It was like $1,500 or $1,250 or something like that in points. It was a pretty good deal, I thought. And I figure, I'll buy this one, and then if I can sell my Steelbook and get like a decent, if I can get some I don't even know how much it's worth. Like, I don't know if it's rare or anything. I could probably, I'm thinking I could sell it and make a little bit of money off it, and I really don't care, if I have the Steelbook or the regular edition. They sent me one with a slipcover, so it's still pretty nice. And then I have I think I have a few Blu-ray copies of that too that I got, so. Then I got Beetlejuice, the classic. I remember this one when I was younger. Probably not a movie I would necessarily rewatch again anytime soon, but it is a classic. $10 with the slipcover. I will beer myself. Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice. Are those all the 4Ks? So those look like they're the 4Ks that I got. as I said, some people send me items, and my buddy Jaron sent over a few Dollar Tree items to me. I really do appreciate it. Anybody who's ever sent me anything, totally awesome. I really do appreciate it, and it's really nice to be able to form relationships, friendships with some of these folks who reach out to PMacMovies. It means a lot, and it's just amazing that people would send me stuff. So it's awesome, and I sent him over a list of some stuff I was looking for, and he sent me over a few of them. He was able to find some of them at his Dollar Tree. So he sent me over Weaponized. This is a Cinedigm action movie. Mickey Rourke is in this movie. Tom Sizemore. I don't know who that guy in the front is. Maybe Johnny Messner. I don't really know. But it looks like kind of a low-budget sci-fi movie. I've heard it's not that great, but I wanted it. Then we got, directed by James Franco, In Dubious Battle. 113 minutes from Momentum. I'm interested in Momentum's releases. I think they got some good stuff. I looked up a review on this. It sounded like it was pretty decent, so glad to be able to get that one. Couldn't find these at the stores near me. This one I actually did end up finding in a store near me, but Jaron had already sent it to me. It is Clint Eastwood's son, Scott Eastwood, in a Western called Diablo. And I believe that guy is what's-his-face. Walton Goggins is in this one. Old Walton. You gotta love Walton. He's in a lot of Westerns, it seems like. Danny Glover is also in this, directed by Lawrence Roeck. And this is also a Momentum Pictures one with the Slippy. So that is a cool one. I know Hamilton Book has had that one. And then he sent me one that I actually watched part of last night. It is Jean-Claude Van Damme in Pound of Flesh. This is 104 minutes from E1. I watched part of this last night. Yesterday I wasn't feeling very well, and I was just passing out left and right. But I probably watched about half of this, and the acting in it is pretty bad. The story is somewhat interesting, and there's some fight sequences, and it's got JCVD, and it's kind of funny, you know, watching some of these movies that are like so low budget, and it's supposed to be set in the Philippines, but you can tell it's not really the Philippines because, like, there's Chinese characters in the city, like, you know, the Chinese, rather than, you know, what Filipino stuff would look like. But, and then the people are, like, I believe they're, like, Chinese, or some, they're not, you can tell they're not Filipino, at least most of them. So, that was pretty interesting, but, seemed like a fairly entertaining movie for what I saw, so I'll have to finish it at some point. Definitely not a great movie, but, you don't expect a great movie with JCVD. You expect some silliness, some action, and you will get some of those things. They took his kidney! And it just so happened that his niece needed his kidney. Anyway, what else we got here, PMac? Let's continue on with Dollar Tree. So I picked up this 5-film collection of Best Pictures. I do already own, if not all of, most of these, but it was only $1. I thought it may have a digital code, because I think some of these do, but the only one I'm not sure if I have is An American in Paris. I might have that on another set. I do own all the others. Driving Miss Daisy I got from Goodwill. But I figured, you know, for $1, I'll snag this just in case I don't have that one. I'm pretty sure I have Mrs. Miniver on another set. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest I have a couple times over, including Blu-ray. Departed I have the Blu-ray. But, I guess I didn't really need it. But, for $1, for 5 movies, 5 classic movies. This is another one that I do already have. I have the Lionsgate version of this, but mine is like a beat-up copy that I got from the video game store. So I decided to go ahead and snag up Arsenal with the slipcover from VVS Films. They release a lot of things in Canada that is released through Lionsgate here, so my copy is a Lionsgate one, and I can just sell the Lionsgate one or whatever for very, very cheap. And then, I wonder if I already have this. It is a Momentum movie called Intruders, which I swear I have seen this before. I am going to check my collection to see if I have it scanned in. According to this, I don't. So I don't know, but this is Intruders. The cover of it reminded me of like Cabin in the Woods or something, but it actually sounded kind of interesting. And it is a Momentum Pictures one, which I like to get those. It looks like it's got Rory Culkin in it. It seems like I talked about another movie with Rory. He's got the long hair there. Looks like he's made a career out of like these indie movies, which is fine. This is one that I got on DVD from Goodwill, and I got the code with it and whatnot. But I found it on Blu-ray. It is Swiss Army Man. Didn't have the code, and it was $3. But it was one that I decided to get. These A24 ones tend to keep their prices fairly high, so I thought even without the code, $3 was fine. Looks like the disc is in pretty good shape. I think everything. There's some stuff on it, but I think most of it will wipe off. So Swiss Army Man, Harry Potter. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe's in this, if you didn't understand why I said Harry Potter. Up next, we got some Amazon stuff. Very excited, very happy to get this one. My favorite show on TV right now. It is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It is Westworld. If you haven't seen this show, you need to get on this shit. If you're a thinker of any kind, you need to get up in this shit, Westworld. This is a fantastic show. It is very deep. It makes me ponder what this existence is. It makes me ponder the human experience, what we are. There's so many different avenues that your thinking can kind of go down with this show. It's very entertaining, and it's also a very thought-provoking show. And these seasons have been very cheap. Like, if you can get season 1, season 2 for $10 each, and then this one's $13 right now. If you're any sort of deep thinker, if you like TV, they're only like 8 to 10 episodes a season. They're not like a huge time commitment. This is 492 minutes. So a decent time commitment, but it is absolutely worth it. This is a great show. It reminds me of like the experience of watching like Lost or something like that. There's so much depth to it. It's really great. I do, however, have to make sure that things are put away and I'm totally focused on the show, because if sometimes I just want to have my phone out. I just want to relax and kind of almost be kind of half paying attention to what's on. You can't do that with this show. This is really deep. There's a lot to it. And if you don't like this show, you don't like thinking. You don't get it. You don't get it if you don't like that show. You don't get what it's about. If you're a deep thinker at all, it's such a good show, Westworld. And it's so... I can't believe this season was already $13. It just came out within the last couple weeks. And I've watched... I think I was into the second episode of this. It's so good. I haven't totally gotten into this season yet. And I had trouble getting into the second season. But once I got into it, I was enthralled. And I had to watch it straight through. So good. And in this third season, the younger guy from Breaking Bad is in it. So if you like him, he's in it. Also from Amazon, Urban Cowboy. The first one they sent me was smushed in the middle. So I will be sending that back. It's John Travolta in Urban Cowboy. It doesn't necessarily look like a great movie to me. But I know it's kind of considered something of a classic. I've never owned it on Blu-ray or DVD. It comes with a digital code. It was only $7. It has a slipcover. I just had to get it. I didn't really have to get it, but I decided to get it. John Travolta. Kind of a weird guy. Up next, this one dropped to like 15 something on Amazon, and I was like, that seems like a pretty good price. I wasn't sure, but I said I'll just get it because it might pump back up in price quick. It is Enigma. This is a pretty recent release from Severin. That's why I was surprised. I think it was like $15.80 something. During their Black Friday sale, I think it was still several dollars more than that. It might have been like 22 or 23 still. From 1987, 89 minutes. It is directed by Fulci. So snag that one up. No Slippy, of course. The Slippy copy is... I don't think Amazon ever sold the Slippy copy. I think you had to get it direct from them. Direct from Severin, I mean. Another new release I got, Popeye. Again, it pays to order things during the buy two get one, because I got this for like $7 and then I sold the code for $5, so I paid $2 for the Popeye Blu-ray. Fantastic deal. A movie that, again, I haven't watched since I was little. I remember my mom renting this for me when I was little. I don't remember much of the actual movie. Now, surprisingly, Robert Altman directed this movie. And, now Paramount got the rights to a bunch of different movies somehow. I mean, maybe this one was originally Paramount, but they got the rights to some, I think that's like Buena Vista ones maybe, and then they've put them out with digital codes and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Not necessarily great transfers. Up next, during Amazon's buy two get one, when they were doing the Target thing, I was able to score a few deals. These were all around 16, so with the buy two get one and sales tax and everything, these ended up being $11.50 each after tax, which was pretty good. I got Mac and Me, the collector's edition. Mac and Me, heard good things about it, never seen it. Then I got a recent release Kino, Killdozer, which is part of the current Kino sale, which if you haven't checked it out, go check out the Kino sale. It ends up, I think, being around the same price. I do get charged sales tax through Kino, so for some people, you'd be able to get those, like some of these cheaper through Kino, but another one is No Retreat, No Surrender, which I believe is like $10.99 in the Kino sale, which after tax, it would actually put it more than what I paid from Amazon by probably a few cents. So I was fine to get it through Amazon. It was one that I wanted for a while, just had never dropped below. It had never even gotten down to $10.99 before, I don't think. And Killdozer with the Slippy Dippy. This one might be a little bit more in the Kino sale. I can't remember. It might be a little bit more on there than what I paid here. I don't know. And then, I very rarely get video games, very rarely play video games, but I really like these Elder Scrolls games, so I decided I would get Skyrim, which, now that I'm thinking about it, does Skyrim, it's Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. Does this have a PS3 version, too? Because I might even have it, I don't know. They had a few other video games that I was thinking about getting, but it's like, am I ever gonna, like, they look cool, but am I going to play them? Probably not. So I may already have this for the PS3. If I do, I don't know. Maybe I'll return this one. I think maybe I don't have it. I know I have an Elder Scrolls game. I don't know if I ended up getting this one also. I'm going to have to check. And then I placed a couple of Zavvi orders, which the way they do it is they ship things one at a time. So those orders will be trickling in here over the next couple weeks. I did get one item from it. It is A Touch of Frost, series 1 through 15. This is a UK detective show. Basically what happened was, me and Charmy got into Poirot and George Gently, and I wanted to find more detective shows. So I Googled, best UK detective shows, and I found a bunch, and this was on the list. And I looked at the US version of this, which I could have gotten on eBay for very affordably, like 30-something bucks. But I read about, I looked into it a little bit, and I believe it's like 19 discs. And the UK set is 29 discs, one of them being a special features disc. So even if the US one doesn't have a special features disc, the episodes on this would be put over 28 discs versus the US one being 19 discs. And I read in the customer reviews on Amazon that the UK set had much better picture quality, and and taking a look at like the discs and things like that. So I said, I'm not going to get the US one because the picture quality, if it's going to be unwatchable, there's just no reason for me to get that one. I'll try to get this one. The problem was it's just too expensive. I don't think I could find this here less than maybe in the 60s, but I think I was looking like in the 50s or in the 70s I should say. Yeah, I think 70s. So I ended up being able to get it from Zavvi with a bunch of other things, and it wasn't super cheap. Actually, let me kind of figure out. It must have been around 60 or so. We'll say that. We'll say times 1.33. Is that right? So, I mean, I ended up paying, I got 10% off on my order too, so it ended up being like $50 or a little bit less. So in comparing the different deals, I thought that was as cheap as I'm going to be able to get it here at this point. And so I decided to get it. I got this like, I think I got this Thursday. And the way it's packaged, and I had read this in customer reviews too, that people had a lot of loose and scratched discs. There was like half the discs in this thing were just loose and in there. Somehow, most of them were pretty good. I could wipe them up, but there is one disc that has a couple bad marks on it. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I thought there'd be more based on customer reviews, and there was a ton of loose discs, like I said, and there was a few things that I had to like wipe off that looked pretty bad, but they wiped off. That one disc was the only one that has really bad ones that will not wipe off. So I'm going to have to look into what I can do about that, who I contact. Maybe this ITV Studios, if I can get a hold of them somehow. But I did watch part of the first one of this, and I didn't expect it to be very good picture quality because, the first one is very old. And it wasn't good, but it was watchable. So this is 4,004 minutes of A Touch of Frost action. Glad to get it. Glad that only one disc was in pretty rough shape. Some other scratches on other ones, but nothing too bad. You're going to get that on DVDs, unfortunately. But this has gone long enough. PMac wants to watch some movies. I think today I am going to watch The Cell, starring Jennifer Lopez. Already seen it. Don't remember really much of anything about it, and I think I've grown a lot over the years since I watched it, so I think I will have a different perspective on it, so I'm interested in watching that. And then I'm thinking Alice, Sweet Alice, maybe, or possibly some other ones I was looking into. We'll see, but I hope you guys have a nice weekend. Let me know your thoughts on what I snagged up here today. I'm losing my voice. I just did a video. I made a video before this, too, so I've been talking too much. I did not. Anyway, leave me some feedback, guys. Leave me some love. We'll see you next time, PMac Movies.